Ron, and I work here at Alternative Trust. We've had 2 great sessions of poetry writing with Tanaka. Our moms have really loved this opportunity of expressing their feelings and their thoughts using poetry.
We did 2 workshops. One of them kind of a writing and editing workshop, and then another one which was more about how do we share this work. And we would have loved to be a bit more in person, but they both wound up being over Zoom.
The future looks like me. The future looks like a lion surviving a tsunami by learning how to be a carpenter. The future looks like my nephew's nose at 12 o'clock. The future looks like our uncle dancing in Buckingham Palace.
The future looks like me. The future has no noise from the building site. The future has no mask. The future has no loss. The future has no lies. The future has learned to cook and how to eat. The future looks like me.
The future is homemade ginger juice, coffee, elderflower. The future is wine. The future is vanilla, roses, D&G perfume. The future is money.
The future is Joshua, Ethan, Stefan, and Phil.
So the future is Leo, the Queen, Maya, and Chizzy.
The future is Flo.
The future is Mistura.
The future is Judith, us.
The future is Patsy and Maya.
The future looks like us. The future looks like me.
Brilliant.
Our moms have been able to use this poetry writing to express their thoughts and their feelings, and I really hope that you enjoy the pieces that they've written. Thank you.
No one was waiting for you. Slowly but surely, you made your way, like the morning breeze whispering to the leaves, in people's lives, bringing sorrow, desperation, and vulnerability. No one really knew who you are. Some thought you were a joke. Others thought you were a conspiracy. Certain thought you were common. But nobody knew how lethal you are. No one has ever been exposed to such challenge. No one has ever apprehended your subtle ways. But one thing is sure, we all want to keep you away from anything dear.
You know, there are fantastic poets in that group, 100%. And if they chose to do it, and if they wanted to make poetry a bigger part of their lives, I think they absolutely could. We're really big at the moment. We're talking a lot about community support and aid and all of those things. But in order for your community to support you, you need to be able to articulate what your needs are, what your strengths are, you need to be able to tell people what the terrain of your life is so that they can come in and support you and so that you can be in support of them. And for me, poetry gives us a language to do that.
What if my life were different? Then I would be in my mansion, not suffering at all, but swimming in my heated pool. And the water? would be full of life, vibrant, alive, very much like my blood. And there will be no floods. Only measured jugs of spring water, pure and comforting, cocooning one's body as though a storm, making all the difference to my whole life story.
I think what I'm trying to get from people is curiosity. That's kind of the value that guides my work, is can we be curious about poetry, about language, about expressing ourselves. I'm also big on playfulness. I think that particularly as grown-ups, and particularly anyone who's been through a lot of adversity, you know, you kind of go through situations where you have to just get things done, and you have to work really hard. But that's one thing that you could tell from all of the people in those workshops, is that they were working really hard at their lives. And so for me, it's just about, can we have a bit of play in here as well? Can we open up some space for that, and then also share that with the rest of the world?